Hi guys, this is Super Justine Brothers, and today I have a very risky life in this type of situations. But here's the thing, guys. I was born in Philippines, but that didn't last long for me for this. I was not very proud to speak my native language. All I know is speaking English in my YouTube videos. Without my classmates or my family knows that I was speaking that language in YouTube videos compared to those Filipinos in YouTube channels. And I have to say, I was not very proud to be Filipino because I find that language was very hard, and sadly I was a bit shivering on my body, where I was be like, boy, am I in the wrong country? Like I said, because especially when I read Filipino and Tagalog, I feel like my head started to feel dizzy. Like really makes me dizzy a lot. Especially, um, my family thinks that I was just overacting for not understanding Tagalog. And they're just, they don't understand. They don't understand the fact that I find Tagalog hard. And I hate it. I hate to speak my native language. And I don't hate my country. It's just I feel I feel I was I feel like I find the language pretty hard for me to understand. Or, when you're in the classroom, I feel like I feel like I misunderstood my teacher about what she's saying. Especially sometimes I speak English, but my classmates speak Tagalog in front of me. Like a taken character or language barriers. Like, is it very accurate for to speak such a switchable language? Like, they think I was a stranger from other countries. I feel like I was just not very well today for to understand native language, especially when I get scolded from my if I did something trouble. Because my family understand. My family thinks I was a bit difficult to speak such a native language, something much more grammatical and accurate. But when I was in the Filipino subject and then doing the project, I find it very uncomfortable, and misunderstand the language. So what should I do? Even if I don't read Filipino language, I use Google Translator so I can understand what it's said, so that I will not make myself comfortable. This is what happened if I was saying I was in the wrong country just because Roy Wasabi was born in Philippines, and he was raised in America. Like, yes, Roy Wasabi. He's the guava juice, but he was part of wasabi production. But for me, I only know to speak English. Like, most of the countries speak English in foreign countries such as Philippines, also Hong Kong. Sorry for not awaiting. It's because I'm getting bothered by my family for for receps, siopaw. What a weirdo. Yeah, I thought this was a payment for for the airports, but food. Good jolly. Anyways, because English is my first. It was now been reported that English is my first language, and Tagalog is my second language, because I'm autistic. I have a very weird sensation and Asperger's. it's just I feel suffer for for understanding Tagalog for me. Like for real. Like Justine cannot, read Tagalog very carefully, or this is what happened when I failed the subject. Not many times, but several, just few or several, depending on it. It's just because there's one thing you should know, guys, that I kind of wish I leave Philippines. Cause no, I'm not live. Leave. Leave the country. Cause I was not very worthy to be Filipino. Because for being stuck in senior high school at grade 12, at the age of 21 years old, it's very struggling for me. It's like I just wish I wish I was in America, Japan, or England. It's just life's getting unfair for me to be, not very proud to be Filipino, or not a very good Filipino speaker. What an asshole. Sorry, because I was a bit, frustrated and felt embarrassed for myself for being, not Filipino. I am not. Because there's one thing you should know, guys, that in fact, I was proud to be Filipino, but I'm not good to speak Tagalog very carefully, especially when I talk to my, my family, my parents, my guardians, my grandparents. It's just because, they know my Filipino language was not very pretty accurate to understand them, just because it's an adult way. It's just sometimes they know I speak Pangasinan rarely. Like it's so rare that I was, born somewhere in Pangasinan. It's crazy, right? Let me give you something to tell you before the video ends. I am born in Philippines, and I'm not proud to be one of them, especially language. I am born in Philippines for being a Filipino, and I'm not very proud of it. I'm not very proud to be born. I'm not very proud, and I'm not good at speaking Tagalog, especially if I make YouTube videos. Okay? It's kind of unfair to speak English, when you're in house and school. It's just nothing else. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching to my YouTube videos, and I hope you guys are very supportive for me. I was very, very uncomfortable to speak Tagalog because, I don't feel good in my brain for, to understand that native language. So, bye, and see you in the next video. Just kidding, guys. The video wasn't end yet because there's more. There's more than that. uh, Remember the national hero of the Philippines, Dr. Jose Rizal? Yeah, I know. I remember him, and every kids know him, especially his statue. He was also he was also from Laguna, but he felt embarrassed when he saw he his Filipino fellows just wants to tell us to speak Spanish, but he preferred Filipino because he was too proud to speak language, but not mine. I'm not too proud to be that language speaking Philippines. I get it. He thinks that anyone who never speak the language are putrid fish or nasty fish that he thinks so. But for some reason, it's that because we feel look like an immigrants, from Philippines to somewhere else. My family think that I prefer to go to Japan, so They think I would be Japanese, that I speak since 2020 during pandemic. Yeah, that's right. That's what happened when I speak a language that has all started, trying to play video games, even if it's Japanese exclusive. Now I learn Japanese, especially watching anime. That's why my family knows that I was, who want to go to Japan in the future. The problem is they say it was expensive to go other countries and tells me to go studying, and then later on after senior high school and college, then I get a job, which was very struggling, because I couldn't believe for myself that I cannot able to go to other countries, so that I was stuck in senior high school forever. And I don't like it, guys, because I feel like I was a failure, but not really. It's just I got honor 4 times in my previous grade 11, wishing I was in Japan already. So I would become an immigrant and say to the Japanese, "Konnichiwa, minasan." Just in this, you heard me, I speak Japanese. Nani desu ka? Boku wa hokkiri shite ma. That's why that's why Japanese has now become my new language. Not really. The third language. Not just new, but that was 6 years ago that I learned Japanese multiple times and tried to educate myself for it. The problem is my family didn't want me to attend to the Japanese education learning language, because they thought it was expensive, especially it was from Manila, and us we're in Bulacan. Even though we're not far, it's just it's just because that's too much road tripping, and there's no Japanese learning language in any schools, specifically because we only speak English and Filipino in school, but not some foreign language, like when you learn French, Spanish, German, even Korean. It's just this is what happened. I was not very proud to be Filipino, and I'm very sorry, Dr. Rizal, for hearing this. Even if you're, I don't know how old are you. You look like 165 years old today, but when it comes to buwan ng wika, during that time, the teachers know that I was a bit knows that I speak English and not native language. Yeah, it was sad that I cannot speak, Filipino fluently, or not many language that I speak. It's just I couldn't stand for myself for it. It's hard. It's very very hard to speak language, especially the accent, especially if I read the language properly. And of course, before I even if I reviewing my subject before taking to quiz and exams, it's kind of look ridiculous. But at least I got a great or perfect score for it. It's just, but in the reality, I was not very good to speak such a native language that I was living in for. I'm sorry. It's just my it's just that's my syndromes, that I felt struggle to speak such a language, or because getting confused and everything's. It's just because I was a future immigrant, and I wish I was going to Japan for good. Yeah, I tried to ask my family to take me there, but they said that they don't have money, and they're a bit struggle right now, since it's 2026. Things is getting even much more quirky this today. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. But please subscribe and and click the notify bell so you can see my new videos that I'm making. So thank you so much. See you around.